Okay, I think it's time we start working on the race car. We got a couple months to get this thing going, and we have a lot of work. So, we're gonna address the back half of this car. I didn't really like how I did it, so I'm gonna put the radiator up here. We're gonna make a duct into the back window, and we're gonna try to get more airflow in because the car was getting a little bit hot. So we're gonna change this whole back firewall, cut a lot of stuff out, save some weight, shorten this crash structure up, so it should be a lot lighter. So we gotta take this whole back bash bar off, take the gas tank out, I gotta drain the fuel, check the foam, and just do a ton. So gonna get started on that today. Not gonna get very far, but we gotta start somewhere. Okay, so I took my fuel cell out, I put a new lift pump in, and I put the new primary pump in, and I moved the two old pumps over to pump 1 and 2. So I have 2 pumps. I have an extra pump that I don't really need, but that should be enough fuel to get us to the 1,000 horsepower mark if we want to go to the dyno and make that number. But this will put us pretty safe if we have any type of pump failure. I just didn't have another pump in stock, and I don't want to keep this open, so that's what we did instead of replacing all the pumps. Plus, these are TI Automotive. They're super reliable. They're like the Hellcat pumps, so super good pumps. But I checked my foam in here, so the foam isn't deteriorating or anything. It's not like falling apart, so foam is still good. Got fuel all over me because I'm a dummy. We're gonna put this fuel FCST back in and wrap this tank up, and we can get back to working on the car. Okay, I got the car all washed up here. I got the front fender aprons cut out. We saved 7 pounds doing that, so I really don't think that that's gonna lose much structural integrity there. And we're gonna run the factory header panel still all clean-ish. Gonna let it dry out, do another vacuum. We got the radiator mounted up closer, and we got some nice Durale fans. Those are 4,000 CFM. Picked those up on Summit clearance. Made some tabs so it slides right into the factory brackets, so I can keep my factory fans as replacements, and I'm gonna put a factory plug on it so I don't need to change anything. So yeah, really happy with how that came out. We're gonna have to put the fuel cell back in, and then we're gonna have to make a shroud and a new firewall, but it's coming along pretty quick. We'll see how long it's gonna take to get the shroud done. Okay, so we're gonna go through the heads on this thing. We're gonna just do a quick resurface, and I have this one small, slightly bad cam bearing in this, so we're gonna polish this up here, and then we have the whatever I did with the dang old cap. I don't know what I did with the cap, but it needs to get polished as well. So I got told to try this deburring wheel. So it's a Benchmark 9F deburring wheel. I'm gonna slap that on there real quick, polish it, and see what she looks like. Well, I'd say after 15 seconds with the deburring wheel, it looks better than all the other ones. So I'm not going to go ahead and do the others because they look perfect. That one looks shiny and brand new. So she's mint. Let her rip. Alright, so this is a cam cap I'm worried about. Looks pretty crappy. We're going to polish this up too. See how she goes. So if I could get in there, I think it would do really good. It's just too big. Alright, so we're going to do some scary stuff here. So this port here, see how I can put this drill bit in here. This port here, and all the other ones. But this one, I can't. So we're going to drill into this really expensive head with apparently a wobbly drill bit. There it goes. Just had to get that burr off there so we get the proper flow, because the bearing f***ing chewed itself and pushed all the bullshit in there. now she should be good. You polish it up. Dingle balls. All right, we got everything back together. We're gonna have to do a final measurement, but we polish it up with some 500, and now the cam spins freely and really nicely. So really happy with that. Hopefully we'll make a little bit more power and we won't see any more metal in the motor, and we can start cleaning this head and put it back together. So we're over here at Texas Speed picking up my engine. All done. They did it super fast. It should be exactly what we were running last year. They said that the motor looked great, so we'll be ready all fresh and brand new. Fancy new engine. Woo. Hell yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
Yep. We didn't even hurt it. Nothing bites the dust.
Yeah.
She's good. Get another season left.
Good. All the bearings look fine.
Yep. I was worried because I saw a little bit of metal in there, but I have a bad cam journal. So I pulled the valve covers off. I'm like, oh, look at that. But
Hey,
I was like, hey, it's already apart, whatever, send it out. And so, yeah, it's good to have that, like,
Ease.
first year, okay, send it in. Oh, everything's perfect. All right, as long as I don't see anything crazy, like, we're good to run it full season, 2 or 3 probably.
Yeah.
Steve John Hancock.
Not looking bad. The cams are all lined up. I did myself a favor and scribed those. So those are ready to go. Timing's done. Gonna just put covers on it, but unfortunately I gotta go away for work. So I'll be back in a week or so and we can get this motor wrapped up. I'll have the blower and everything, and we'll have a whole powertrain really. So super stoked about that. All right, I'm back from my work trip. Starting to work on this. Unfortunately, I think I'm getting sick, so that kind of sucks. But we did get some cool stuff. We got a dang old blower back. Whipple is nice enough to take a look at our blower for the season, and they also gave us an upgrade to a Gen 6, so the thing should make a little bit more steam, and pretty stoked about this. That's gonna be our bolts and O-rings. They package these things so damn good. There she is. Gang, gang. Of course, this thing's been banged around a bunch by old FedEx, but she looks great. Can't wait to get her in and put her back on the dyno. See if we can't hit that 1,000 horsepower mark. All right, she's looking pretty good. Don't mind the dirty timing cover. It's gonna stay like that. We will wipe the valve covers off a little bit, but engine's covered, oil pan dents fixed. I was able to pull the windage tray off of it and just bang it out. Now all the flaps work and everything, so super good about that. And we're gonna get a new hose for this because I used kind of a cheap hose for it, so we'll put a nice 3/8 heavy duty John on there. And I only found one loose bolt on the headers, so that's pretty good. I'm excited about that. The engine's looking pretty good, and I'm hoping to finish it up. Okay, so today we're gonna try to get this windshield out of the car. So everybody wanted to charge me a bunch of money. The cheapest I found was $100, and at that rate, I might as well just cut the windshield out. So I got a Milwaukee like skimmer scraper blade. I think that's gonna work pretty good on the Sawzall, and we'll see if I break it. I don't know, this is what I saw a lot of the new guys come and cut windows out with, so we're gonna try this and see if we can't just cut that window out. Woo, that's spicy. Haha. Mm-hmm. Alright, well, you're supposed to go inside out, so let's try that. I just figured it might be easier since I got all this room. Well, definitely broke it. a mess. I'm gonna get real shoes on. Okay, so good news is the windshield's out. Bad news is I probably caused myself like 40 hours of work, and I'm not going to show you it, but there's a lot of torn sheet metal. So apparently that Milwaukee scraper is a lot stronger than Ford sheet metal. So, yep, got a lot of work to do. All right, so we've had a pretty bad storm all day. It's actually pretty decent out now, but it's super windy still, and we have no power. So I just got home from work. I probably have 2 hours of daylight. So without any power, I think we can bang out the TBM brake kit on the car. So let's get to it. So first things first, to pull our factory brakes off, I already have a special brake line on this with the adapter, so we're gonna basically reuse this adapter, but this line is gonna come off with the caliper. So I'm gonna break that, get the fluid draining while I do everything else. Luckily my impacts are all charged. All right. Easy enough to get these brakes off. Let's go grab the new stuff. Okay, so we're gonna scale the brakes. This is factory GT brakes. Oh, it's hair this, because I'm an idiot. I believe these are like 40 pounds. 44 pounds, 2 ounces for stock base GT brakes. Most of it's in that rotor. Let's check this out. £15, 14 ounces. So we're saving 18 pounds on each side. That's huge. And it's all unsprung weight. So huge weight savings. Probably not as much as we're gonna get in the back, but definitely giant. So we'll get these on. Good, I think you can see what I'm doing. So this says you have to trim the factory caliper. Let's hope we don't need to with these. Oh no! So, because this knuckle has a spot for 370Z, I'm going to need to trim this bracket quite a bit, because that's quite a large chunk of the knuckle that I probably don't want to cut out. Lame. I have no power to grind it either. Damn it. Okay, so we got the whole TBM kit with the manual master and everything for it. So here's all the stuff. It is like 5.5, 6 pounds lighter, but I gotta take the whole damn brake assembly apart. So I got the brake assembly out of the car, and I gotta like cut and drill into this guy. So it is super in depth. I was hoping it was gonna be like a bolt-in piece, but it's not. And I also gotta trim the firewall. So I really hope once I get this thing in, it works great, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go back to stock if it sucks. They make good stuff, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, we got power. So we're working on the pedal right now, trying to get the TBM brakes installed since I already started that. Probably gonna push this thing on the lift. I don't know, maybe I'll just do it on the floor because it's already over here, and I gotta cut the roof off and stuff, so
I probably won't. But super pumped, really amped to finally get working on this. It's been like 2.5 weeks, and it's just been a struggle with going to work down south, being sick. You could tell my voice isn't 100% restored, and just losing power, trying to deal with that. It's been quite a nightmare, but finally getting ready to work on this thing. I'm actually excited to work on it since I made some progress while we didn't have power, and I got like 3 weeks, so I gotta be motivated. So let's get some work done and get this bread, hell yeah. Okay, I got the brake assembly in. The pedal is super, super high, so I'm really hoping that I could shorten the rod down, bring the pedal closer, or else I'm gonna have to drop the pivot down, which is gonna make the pedal harder. So we'll see, because that's definitely not gonna work for drifting. But everything does fit and line up really good, so we'll deal with that after I get the brakes bled, and we'll see what the actual travel is gonna be. Now I gotta take the wheels back off and get these brakes mounted. Okay, we got the TBM front brakes on, or at least one of them, and it looks great, super sick. I put the brand new Feel coilover that I had rebuilt on the front, so we got all brand new coilovers on the car this year. I did do some grinding on this. That's probably terrible. I did do some grinding on this. Instead of grinding the knuckle, I ground the brake caliper. You can't really see it on this backside behind the nut. Make sure that that cleared, because if we bust a knuckle, I want to be able to bolt the brakes on and not have to modify anything. And then I had to modify the bracket just to go around this little hump here. Just a little bit of grinding, bolted up mint. I'm an idiot and I sold my brake lines, so I got to order new brake lines. But I'm excited to see how this new kit works, because they're super, super light. Hope you liked the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell thing. That tells you when I make new videos. I'm going to keep up with the every other Thursday, hopefully. I'll have enough content for you guys, even if it's just a little video. I want to really try to stay with that. So we'll see you later, and I'm super stoked for this year. The car's going to be badass, and this motor's going to rip. So we'll see you later.